Alrighty there, divers. I had to take the day off yesterday for an overwhelming IRL schedule, but we are back with news on the possibly unwinnable 𝗿𝗺 major order and some insights into that one. The studio's CEO is sounding off and responding to all manner of questions, including armor customization. We've also got new bug mission crashing issues and, of course, your community feedback. If you want to support the channel, the easy and free way is to simply hit subscribe and to ring the notifications bell so you never miss my future upload alerts. And let's get stuck now into all the latest from Helldivers. Let's kick things off with a little look-see around the galactic map, and at the time of this recording, there are right around 67,000 divers currently checked in and all delivering managed democracy, which is insane to see at, 8:30-ish on a Thursday morning? Now, the main event on 𝗿𝗺 is using nearly 50,000 of those divers in an all-out blitz to squash this new spore burst strain of Terminids. The question is, are we making progress? And judging by the big fat 0.0% progress bar, I'd say that answer is no. And more on why in just a moment. As far as the sub-objectives for this current major order, well, we've maxed out the bug kill counter at 1 billion, so that is indeed a lot of damn 𝗍𝗵𝗃 we have spilled. And with just under 4 days to go, the common sample count is sitting at roughly half of what is required. Now, I've heard reports of dissident divers out there steamrolling through the main mission objectives and then calling in the extraction shuttle, hopping on solo while the rest of the squad is still miles away and ending the mission, leaving the other divers stranded on the planet and returning with 0 samples. Remember, your local democracy officer is always watching, and dissident behavior will be dealt with harshly. Just a little ways away from 𝗿𝗺, the Meridia wormhole is still on the move, and reports are that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗃 has also been on the move, raising questions of if Super Earth possesses the technology to also move planets. But this seems to have been a rounding error at Arrowhead High Command. Also, for those of you divers wanting to spill some ink, at the time of this recording, you've got a twofer of an available Illuminate mission on Hort, and you've also got the Death Star in orbit with the awesome and sometimes off-center Eagle Storm active there as well. Hell, you can even bring in some flames versus the voteless and really rack up the body counts, which is a great transition into today's daily order, which is to kill 100 enemies with the flamethrower. Versus the bugs, it's a chaff-clearing machine, and voteless simply melt to this incredible support weapon. Hell, you can even use it against bots. It's a universal slicer and dicer, and as always, once done, pocket those sweet 15 medals in the name of managed democracy. We've also got the new Superstore rework that you've all been jonesing for, and that means 3 pages of armored goodness to behold, including the Polar Patriot's White Wolf with extra padding and the Grenadier armor with engineering kit, including reduced recoil. There's the Clinician I'm a Spaceman med kit armor, along with the Ravager lightweight armor featuring engineering kit. And finally, there's the Butcher heavy armor with med kit with no reduced recoil, along with the Titan hybrid lightweight medium armor showcasing engineering kit, and it does include reduced recoil. By the way, no kill zone armor yet, but make sure to subscribe to the channel and to activate that notifications bell to stay up to date on all things Helldivers. Of course, turning back to that question of why we are not making a dent in the 𝗿𝗺 progress bar despite already bodying over 1 billion bugs, that's a lot of bees right there, and it looks to come down to the brutal decay rate of 8% currently showing up on FP. And thanks to the awesome Helldivers companion app, again, link can always be found in the video description, we get to see exactly what we're facing here. Now, we've seen this gradually come down, as it was previously at 10%, and the only way to make any headway there is to either overwhelm the rate with just sheer volume and number of divers, needing something like 100,000 divers there to actually pull that off, or as we wear down the Terminids, eventually the rate will fall down to something we can actually achieve any progress against. The question is, will we have enough time left in the current major order once that rate falls to actually pull this one off? What are your feelings towards this? Will the Helldivers have enough collective might to smash through and achieve victory on 𝗏𝗏? Leave me a comment and let's see where the community lands on this one. One question or request that you see quite a bit around the Helldiver community areas has to do with new armor sets, customization, and the ability to open up our armor selections by mixing and matching passives with our favorite looks. Now, one Discord member posted this question to the CEO about this subject, and it reads, question, can we see new armors in the future, but instead of new armor passives, can we see new armors but with pre-existing passives, like more scout and fortified armors as example? The passives like scout, fortified, and engineering kit have great utility. People will want new armors with those passives on it and would add to the 𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗏 collection. First time I've read that, but that's an interesting way to put it. Also, can we have more armors with bandoliers and other tactical swag? Oh, hell yes, I love that idea. A lot of the armors that have been put out in the subsequent war bonds are unique for sure, but don't have the same depth as the ones like the Steeled Veterans War Bond. Interesting perspective. Otherwise, loving how the game is right now, about 800 hours deep since launch. And credit to them, they did get a response from the CEO himself, Jorjani. I don't have a specific answer for you, but that we are considering different fun options for armors. So at least there sounds like some sort of options or possible reworks to do with the armor sets. And overall, how would you feel about that as well? Let me know by leaving me a comment. Now, personally, I'm kind of indifferent to it either way, but I know that some of you really want to see customization options introduced when it comes to the armor sets. However, one thing I would like to see is that the Superstore armor sets, and basically all armor sets in general, are awarded the extra recoil reduction if they don't already have it. I mean, think about it. If you have a set in your collection with your favorite passive on it and it comes with extra recoil reduction versus that same class of armor and passive that does not, which would you choose? Exactly my point. And I hope that Arrowhead can make that change happen retroactively. Along those same lines, and diving even further into player customization, another member posted a question about a previous discussion concerning custom HUDs. And here's what they wrote. Oh, this isn't about armors per se, but I remember talk about custom HUDs or something for the helmets. I was wondering how that was going because that would be beyond cool. Jorjani's answer to this one, that sounds cool. So overall, I guess I would also like the ability to say move certain items around on the screen almost to give me a more tactical layout, if that actually makes sense to you out there. But is this something you would want to see installed into the game? Again, drop me a comment about custom HUDs coming to the game. And one final topic concerning the game and dev responses has to do with the game's stability, especially having to do with crashing ever since the new bug missions were installed. So first up, here's the Discord post from the player that is having these issues. They wrote, hate to ping, but I wanted to ask a quick question regarding the re-release of the new Gloom bugs. I played 3 missions of them. Twice was before the initial removal of them to fix high difficulty missions with them crashing people's games, and the 3rd mission was just now against them, again after being re-released. I'm still receiving crashes the exact same way again. Do we know if they might get removed again today to look deeper into the issue? No specific cause, just like the other 2 missions, just playing casually through and maybe 20 minutes later, it crashes. To which 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, out here putting in work, responded, hey there, since we re-released the bugs, we haven't seen another spike in crashes, so it's probably not the same crash. Not to say that it's not possible. There's other edge cases where something similar could happen, but this doesn't seem to be a widespread issue this time. If you can send a support ticket to the help desk, we can get this looked into and try to help you out. Now, I know that instability has always been a hot topic with Helldivers, and I can't stress to PC players enough to verify your Steam files after every update. But my hope is that one day there will be 0 crashes and disconnects with HD2. Hey, I know it's a long shot, but it's my hope that we can finally put these network issues to rest and concentrate on other major areas of game performance. All right, you spoke. I listened, and the featured mod has now been moved to a little bit later in the video. And remember, for those of you that are time sensitive, I always include chapters, so you can jump to whatever information you want to hear about. On mobile, just look at the bottom of your viewing area and you'll see segments down there. Drag your finger to the next one and the title for that clip will show up as well. If you're on PC, you've got the same capabilities, and everyone could just look in the video description or my top pinned comment and select the chapters from there. Anyways, today's armor mod is this wild-looking Mjolnir Mark 7 Archangel Halo armor, but unlike a standard Halo armor reskin, this one is highly customized for Helldiver applications, and there's just so much going on here. First off, you've got all these various different ammos mounted all over the body, and of course the Helldivers logo on one of the pauldrons. This mod is built on the Alpha Commander armor set, so it features the medkit passive on medium body armor, which is always a good base to begin with. And probably my favorite piece to this entire thing is the helmet, also built on the Alpha Commander helmet, and the whole thing just looks really good once equipped. As always, full credit to the mod author, Alex Vanced, and you can find a link to this one over on Nexus Mods down in the video description. And finally, turning next to your feedback from my last Helldivers upload, and Peruna Muay Thai commented on the mod I showcased in that video and the fact that there was also a capeless variant you could download. Listen to what they said. If you go capeless, you might as well go voteless. And yeah, there's nothing to say to this one. No cape, you face the wall. Understood. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗺𝗃7447 says, if you don't understand by now how good the mechs are, then there is nothing that will convince them. They are incredible. And again, for me, I think I lost favor with the mechs when, I would call them in during a mission and they would get stuck on a mountainside, or say the dropship would just set them down literally 10 feet in front of a charger running full tilt, and I would poof, just lose it before ever hopping in. But I hear you. They are incredible, and I do need to try these out more. And finally, Barrett Fodder. Man, that's an interesting name there. Anyways, they commented, I like the direction that devs are taking the game, the responsiveness to players. I've seen more new players in the past few weeks than I've seen since 0 Day. The future of democracy is indeed bright. Overall, it looks like their plan worked, right? Bring the game back and weapons back into a state of pushing fun over everything else, and then, surprise, kick it into overdrive with this new bug predator strain and the Illuminate doing their best world ender cosplay. There's so many other little things that they can be improved on or introduced into the game, but those player numbers I spoke of earlier don't lie. Helldivers is still cooking, and Arrowhead has a great base to build on for years to come. Let's call it here for today. I've asked a lot of questions of you, my viewers. I want your feedback, and make sure to drop me a comment about any and all things Helldivers. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell so you never miss my future upload alerts. All my socials, including links to all of today's sources, can be found down in the video description, including an open invite link to my Helldivers Discord. Until the next one, this is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏